Computer security. Threats to computer security. What do they mean by a threat? A threat, in the context of computer security, refers to anything that has the potential to cause serious harm to a computer system. A threat is something that may or may not happen, but has the potential to cause serious damage. Threats can lead to attacks on computer systems, networks, and more. A threat can be either intentional, i.e., intelligent, example an individual cracker or a criminal organization, or accidental, example the possibility of a computer malfunctioning, or the possibility of a natural disaster such as an earthquake, a fire, or a tornado, or otherwise a circumstance, capability, action, or event. Virus. Computer virus are nothing but computer program that do unwanted things with your computer resources, e.g. you are working on PC and you are repeatedly receiving annoying message. Viruses. A virus is a small piece of software that piggybacks on real programs. For example, a virus might attach itself to a program such as a spreadsheet program. Each time the spreadsheet program runs, the virus runs, too, and it has the chance to reproduce, by attaching to other programs, or wreak havoc. Email viruses. An email virus travels as an attachment to email messages, and usually replicates itself by automatically mailing itself to dozens of people in the victim's email address book. Some email viruses don't even require a double click, they launch when you view the infected message in the preview pane of your email software. Trojan horses. A Trojan horse is simply a computer program. The program claims to do one thing, it may claim to be a game, but instead does damage when you run it. It may erase your hard disk. Trojan horses have no way to replicate automatically. Worms. A worm is a small piece of software that uses computer networks and security holes to replicate itself. A copy of the worm scans the network for another machine that has a specific security hole. It copies itself to the new machine using the security hole, and then starts replicating from there, as well. Why they are called virus. Computer viruses are called viruses because they share some of the traits of biological viruses. A computer virus passes from computer to computer like a biological virus passes from person to person. Similar to the way a biological virus must hitch a ride on a cell, a computer virus must piggyback on top of some other program or document in order to launch. Once a computer virus is running, it can infect other programs or documents. Who? People write computer viruses. A person has to write the code, test it to make sure it spreads properly and then release it. A person also designs the virus's attack phase, whether it's a silly message or the destruction of a hard disk. Why? The first is the same psychology that drives vandals and arsonists. For some people, that seems to be a thrill. If that sort of person knows computer programming, then he or she may funnel energy into the creation of destructive viruses. The second reason has to do with the thrill of watching things blow up. Some people have a fascination with things like explosions and car wrecks. Creating a virus is a little like that. It creates a virtual bomb inside a computer, and the more computers that get infected, the more fun the explosion. The third reason involves bragging rights. Sort of like Mount Everest, the mountain is there, so someone is compelled to climb it. If you are a certain type of programmer who sees a security hole that could be exploited, you might simply be compelled to exploit the hole yourself before someone else beats you to it. And then there's cold, hard cash. Viruses can trick you into buying fake software, steal your personal information and use it to get to your money, or be sold on the digital equivalent of the black market. Powerful viruses are valuable and potentially lucrative tools. Virus history. Traditional computer viruses were first widely seen in the late 1980s. Some virus, the Melissa virus in March 1999, was spectacular in its attack. Melissa spread in Microsoft Word documents sent via email. The VII virus, which appeared on May 4, 2000, was even simpler. It contained a piece of code as an attachment. People who double-clicked on the attachment launched the code. It then sent copies of itself to everyone in the victim's address book and started corrupting files on the victim's machine. Worms. A worm is similar to a virus by design and is considered to be a subclass of a virus. Worms spread from computer to computer, but unlike a virus, it has the capability to travel without any human action. A worm takes advantage of file or information transport features on your system, which is what allows it to travel unaided. Worms use up computer processing time and network bandwidth when they replicate, and often carry payloads that do considerable damage. Some example of worms: a worm called Code Red made huge headlines in 2001. The Slammer worm, which caused mayhem in January 2003, exploited a hole in Microsoft's SQL Server. A worm called Storm, which showed up in 2007, immediately started making a name for itself. Storm used social engineering techniques to trick users into loading the worm on their computers. Trojan horse. A Trojan horse is full of as much trickery as the mythological Trojan horse it was named after. The Trojan horse, at first glance, will appear to be useful software but will actually do damage once installed or run on your computer. Some Trojan are designed to be more annoying than malicious, like changing your desktop, adding silly active desktop icons, or they can cause serious damage by deleting files and destroying information on your system. Trojans are also known to create page 3, a backdoor on your computer that gives malicious users access to your system, possibly allowing confidential or personal information to be compromised. Unlike viruses and worms, Trojans do not reproduce by infecting other files, nor do they self-replicate. How to protect your system. Keep the operating system updated. Use a firewall. Antivirus software is crucial to preventing virus attacks, but this strategy only works if users update their software. Know that the only way a virus spreads is either by launching an infected file or by booting an infected disk. You cannot get a virus by simply being online or by reading email. Antivirus software: Avast, Avira, McAfee, Norton and many more.